History occasionally pivots on the axis of the unexpected, where the improbable becomes the new normal and the winds of change sweep across the landscape, reshaping everything in their path. Donald J. Trump's journey from a real estate mogul to the President of the United States and his subsequent return to office marks one of the most remarkable political odysseys in recent American history. Our documentary captures the essence of this transformative period, beginning with his surprising win in 2016, which saw him ride a wave of populist fervor to the White House. We delve into the highs and lows of his first term, characterized by his signature policies like tax reform, the renegotiation of trade deals, and the controversial travel ban. His presidency was not without significant upheaval, with 2 impeachments, battles with the media, and a tenure defined by contentious rhetoric and policies. The election of 2020 was a crucible moment, testing the resilience of American democracy. Amidst allegations of election fraud and a backdrop of a global health crisis, Trump's tenure came to an end, yet his influence on the Republican Party and American politics did not wane during his post-presidency years. Fast forward to 2024, Donald Trump once again sought the presidency, leveraging a narrative of vengeance and a promise to make America great again, a slogan that had now become synonymous with his political identity. His campaign was marked by an aggressive stance against political opponents, a focus on economic nationalism, and a significant emphasis on law enforcement and immigration policies. Despite facing multiple legal challenges, including unprecedented criminal indictments, Trump's campaign resonated with many voters, leading to his victory in the 2024 election. This documentary embarks on an exploration of democracy in action, examining how power is wielded and the relentless pursuit of change. We look not just at the man, but at the movement he led, the moments that tested the nation, from the Capitol riot to his legal battles, and the legacy that continues to challenge our understanding of leadership and governance in the modern era. Through interviews, expert analysis, and archival footage, we aim to provide a comprehensive view of Donald Trump's indelible mark on the United States, reflecting on what his journey signifies for the future of American politics.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point. At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Unfortunately for Obama, his response to Donald Trump's tweet, "At least I will go down as a president," would soon resonate with a depth of irony he hadn't anticipated. Little did he know, along with the rest of the Democratic Party, that their strategic decision to possibly underestimate Trump, viewing him as an easier opponent due to his unconventional approach and controversial persona, was about to backfire spectacularly. They had unwittingly awakened a political juggernaut, a sleeping giant whose appeal would cut across the American heartland, tapping into a vein of voter sentiment that had been overlooked or dismissed. The Democrats had hoped, perhaps in a moment of strategic oversight, that Trump's nomination would pave the way for an easy victory. If only they had foreseen the storm that was brewing, they might have reconsidered their calculations. But as history would show, this underestimation was not just a misstep. It was a monumental misjudgment that would redefine American politics. In the annals of American politics, few stories are as unexpected as that of Donald J. Trump. Born into wealth, Trump made his name in the cutthroat world of New York real estate. His brand became synonymous with luxury, his persona larger than life, often seen on reality TV where business acumen met entertainment. But beneath the glitz lay a man with political ambitions, a figure who would soon challenge the very foundations of the political establishment. It was on June 16, 2015, When Donald Trump descended that now iconic escalator at Trump Tower, stepping into the political arena with a promise that would echo through the campaign, to make America great again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States. We need somebody that literally will take this country and make it great again.
His campaign was unconventional, marked by a brash style and direct appeals to those who felt left behind. Trump's rallies were not just political events, they were spectacles, where he promised to dismantle the Washington swamp and bring jobs back to America.
Thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. You know, now I know how the great Billy Graham felt, because it's the same feeling. We love Billy Graham. We love Billy Graham. You know, this all started, we had a hotel, and we were going to have about 250 or 300 people. And the hotel was great. They called, they said, something's happening here. We can't hold this. This is crazy what's going on. And then we went to the convention center, and they can have 10,000 people. And we're all set, and we're excited. And the next day they said, too many people, we can't put them in. So we came here. We came here.
The 2016 Republican nomination was not just a political contest. It was a battleground where the art of the political attack was refined to an unprecedented level. The candidates, including Trump, Cruz, Rubio, and others, engaged in a war of words and deeds that left the party's unity in tatters.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
So cute. Such a cute soundbite. But here's the guy that buys a house for $179,000. He sells it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000, and then legislation is passed. You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have as president.
Here's the guy that inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
I have to say, he lied this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Oh, yeah.
You lied to the students of Trump University.
38 years ago.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies.
Trump, in particular, wielded his outsider status like a weapon, branding his rivals with nicknames and accusations that stuck in the public consciousness. Lion Ted, Little Marco, and Low Energy Jeb became part of the political lexicon. The primary debates turned into televised brawls where policy often took a back seat to personality and provocation.
His casinos is not a public use. And in Florida, based on what we did, we made that impossible. It is part of our Constitution. That's the better approach. That is the conservative approach.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
A lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets I'm talking about to the television audience? Donors, special interests, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that.
There were moments that transcended typical political discourse. Trump's rally in Michigan, where he attacked Rubio, Cruz, Romney, and even the media, or the infamous incident where his supporters roughed up journalist Jorge Ramos, highlighted the visceral nature of his campaign. This wasn't just about policy differences. It was about survival of the fittest in the political arena. In this environment, the Republican Party's traditional decorum was shattered. The brutality of the nomination process in 2016 was a testament to the changing landscape of American politics, where the race for the White House became as much about dismantling one's opponents as about articulating one's own vision for the country. Donald Trump's journey to securing the Republican nomination was nothing short of remarkable. Trump, a real estate mogul and television personality with no prior political office, managed to outmaneuver a crowded field of seasoned politicians with his direct, often controversial campaign style. His promise to make America great again, coupled with his outsider status, resonated with a significant portion of the American electorate, particularly those disillusioned with the political establishment. Trump's ability to dominate media coverage, both through traditional outlets and social media, along with his large, enthusiastic rallies, propelled him to victory, culminating in his nomination at the Republican National Convention. This achievement was seen as a seismic shift in American politics, heralding a new era where outsider candidates could challenge the political norms and win. In the summer of 2016, as Donald Trump solidified his position as the presumptive Republican nominee, the question on everyone's mind was, who will be his running mate? The selection process was anything but typical, reflecting Trump's unconventional approach to politics. After weeks of speculation, the choice landed on Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Pence, a seasoned politician with a conservative track record, had not been an obvious choice from the start. Known for his strong ties to evangelical voters and his legislative experience, Pence offered a balance to Trump's outsider image. His selection was influenced by various factors, including party unity, appealing to the base, and providing executive experience. Trump's decision was announced on July 15, 2016 via Twitter in his typical direct style. The move was seen as an attempt to court traditional Republicans and social conservatives, groups where Trump had faced skepticism. At the Republican National Convention, Pence would later stand by Trump's side, promising to bring stability and conservative values to the ticket. This pairing was seen by many as an alliance of political necessity, blending Trump's populist appeal with Pence's political and legislative experience, aiming to broaden the appeal of their presidential campaign. His acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention was a testament to his campaign's core messages. With a backdrop of American flags, Trump declared,
"To all Americans tonight, in all of our cities and in all of our towns, I make this promise. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. God bless you and good night. I love you."
As Donald Trump's campaign surged forward, the debates became battlegrounds of rhetoric, policy, and personal barbs. The 2016 presidential debates between Trump and Hillary Clinton were not just about policy, they were spectacles of political theater. The first debate at Hofstra University set the tone. Lester Holt moderated as Trump and Clinton clashed on issues from economic recovery to race relations. Trump, the outsider, faced off against Clinton, the seasoned politician. The exchanges were sharp, with Trump's direct style contrasting Clinton's more measured responses. In a bold move, Trump brought the controversy directly to the debate stage, not just with words, but with presence. Ahead of the second presidential debate, Trump held a press conference with 4 women who had accused Bill Clinton of sexual misconduct, including rape. This was a strategic play to shift the narrative from his own controversies to those of his opponent's husband, aiming to unsettle Clinton and cast doubt on her campaign's moral high ground. This tactic, while controversial and criticized by many, highlighted Trump's willingness to use personal attacks to defend against similar accusations leveled at him, setting the tone for a debate marked by personal allegations rather than policy discussions.
No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
Folks, go to the fact checkers, get to work.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted. As soon as she releases them, I will release my tax returns, and that's against my lawyers. They say don't do it.
But it was the second debate where the tension reached its peak. In St. Louis, Anderson Cooper and Martha Raddatz moderated a town hall format. Trump's recent controversial comments about women dominated the early exchanges.
This is a man who has called women pigs, slobs, and dogs.
Despite the attacks against Trump, he had many of his own, particularly a very famous rebuttal to Clinton.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country?
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
The third and final debate in Las Vegas was moderated by Chris Wallace, where the discussion ranged from the Second Amendment to allegations of foreign interference in the election. Trump's refusal to commit to accepting the election results if he lost became a defining moment.
On Sunday, that he and you, his words, will absolutely accept the result of this election. Today, your daughter Ivanka said the same thing. I want to ask you here on the stage tonight, do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time. What I've seen is so bad. First of all, the media is so dishonest and so corrupt, and the pile-on is so amazing. The New York Times actually wrote an article about it that they don't even care. It's so dishonest, and they've poisoned the minds of the voters. But unfortunately for them, I think the voters are seeing through it. I think they're going to see through it. We'll find out on November 8th, but I think they're going to see through it.
But, sir,
if you look, excuse me, Chris, if you look at your voter rolls, you will see millions of people that are registered to vote. Millions. This isn't coming from me. This is coming from Pew Report and other places. Millions of people that are registered to vote that shouldn't be registered to vote.
These debates were more than policy discussions. They were moments that encapsulated the campaign's combative nature. Trump's style was seen by some as refreshingly candid and by others as recklessly unfiltered. Clinton aimed for a balance of policy depth and personal defense, navigating Trump's aggressive tactics with a mix of composure and counterattack. The debates underscored the stark contrast between the candidates, not just in policy, but in demeanor and approach to political discourse. Election night, November 8, 2016, was a historic moment. As returns came in, disbelief spread from coast to coast. The businessman turned politician was on the verge of an improbable victory.
204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida has been going back and forth. Just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead. Just now it changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally of the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
The Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
And then, the moment that would define an era. Donald J. Trump, against all predictions, was elected the 45th President of the United States. The phrase, "Make America Great Again," was no longer just a slogan. Donald Trump secured the presidency with 304 electoral votes, despite losing the popular vote by approximately 2.8 million votes. His victory was notably narrow in 3 key states, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, where he won by margins of 0.2%, 0.8%, and 0.7% respectively, clinching what was referred to as the trifecta by taking all 3 branches of government without the popular vote.
Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division. Have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people. It's time. I pledge to every citizen of our land that I will be president for all Americans, and this is so important to me. For those who have chosen not to support me in the past, of which there were a few people, I'm reaching out to you for your guidance and your help so that we can work together and unify our great country. As I've said from the beginning, ours was not a campaign, but rather an incredible and great movement made up of millions of hardworking men and women who love their country and want a better, brighter future for themselves and for their family.
The ascent of Donald Trump from business mogul to the pinnacle of political power was complete. A new chapter in American history had begun, one filled with promises, controversies, and the relentless pursuit of a vision for America that would polarize a nation.